You've always seen me talk about food, but this time it's going to be different. It's all about tea or chaha, as we say in Mumbai.
You can't talk about the history of tea in Mumbai without talking about its Irani cafes, can you? These were set up 175 years back by Irani migrants who'd come to India to avoid religious persecution and drought. Looking to earn a livelihood, they first set up stationery shops, and then with time they decided to sell tea. Now this tea wasn't the black tea of their native land, but instead they were selling the milk tea which the British had then made popular in India. The Iranis had a rich tradition of bakery items, so they introduced these in India as well, and then came dishes from their own kitchens into the restaurants. It is tempting to call the Irani cafes the coffee shops of yore, but nothing could be further from the truth. Forget free Wi-Fi or chilling here. There were rules like no sitting for long, no talking loud, no splitting of beverages, no newspaper in the Irani cafes. Can you imagine going to them and having work meetings or even having Tinder trysts?
We are at Sassanian and it's got 110 years of legacy. 97 was when it became Boulangerie. So they were deciding whether to call it a cafe or a hotel, but Boulangerie, because it's like all the bakes are absolutely fabulous. And that's what the thing is, that today we have all the coffee shops, but a decade or so back, and for many years, it was Irani tea places. Let me show you all that. There's this chicken cutlet, there's chicken puff, there's jam puff, cream roll, there's the Parsi macaroons, which is different from macarons, and there's tea. And this is very Parsi, which is bun maska. So you see that the maska or butter is quite liberal. And this is the way to have it. No, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Mawa cake. Thank you. So mawa cake also the small ones as well. And
No, this is
so
the
you
size
make.
we made.
Okay. So there's really a liberal size mawa cake.
Quality for the
Yeah.
users.
Absolutely.
That's what.
Absolutely. And the thing is that most Irani cafes are now, hardly any of them exist. And then the COVID was pretty tough for them. So it's really wonderful that you've carried on the business. It's a bit difficult to carry on something for 110 years, right? I mean,
He's like, it is difficult, but the passion should be there, and it's there. And I think my son too, the third generation.
Yes.
That's what is it. And my husband,
Yes.
second, and now the third generation wants to take over.
There are some Irani cafes that have completely reinvented themselves, and you could say that the enterprising spirit of the founders can be seen in the success of the new generation.
When you think of Irani chai and the Irani cafe, you normally think of the milky chais which I have with bun maska. But actually the real Iranian chai is this. And actually I used to live in Iran in 78, 79. So I remember all the black teas. I was a kid there. So it's got mint leaf, it's got lime, it's got sugar cube. It's almost like an iced tea, but it's hot. And if you come to the Irani restaurants, and especially in the morning, I mean, this is what we are at Lucky, and this is what it had started with. It just started with keema pav and burji, and with time it moved into the biryanis and kebabs, and that's why, it sort of moved with the times. And we got Mohsen, whose grandpa has started, and now your son is also in the business.
Yes, and it was started by my grandfather the year 1938.
Yeah.
9 September.
Yeah, 9th September.
Yes, sir. Exactly, almost you can say 84 years back.
And tell me, I don't know whether I was speaking with your dad, and once he had this point of view about Irani cafe chais versus real Iranian chai. So because you were saying that minty chai, which you get in cafes to have with bun maska, that's actually more English chai than Irani chai.
Actually, this is the exact original Irani chai. The Iranians, the Arabs, the Gulf people, Turkey, they all have this tea. They prefer this tea. This is the original Irani tea. Because in Iran, they will never put milk in the tea.
I remember even in Iran, even the sugar cubes. Yeah. And even when you went to Turkey, like the sugar cubes are a big thing. It's not like sugar powder or whatever.
And it's actually called nabod. Irani, they call this nabod. It's sugar cubes. They keep it in the side, on the side of your thing, and they gulp this tea slowly, and they enjoy the tea.
And you were saying that this is actually, in a sense, healthier than the...
It is, of course, see, milk tea, you get acidity problem. And this is actually at 10, 15 a day, you not get acidity problems. And of course, you see the Iranians, they have clear, clean complexions.
So when people come in the morning or over here, do they go more for the black tea or the milk tea?
See, it all depends on the generation, actually. The new generation, they prefer this black tea.
Yeah.
They are health conscious.
Yeah.
And in this, they have choices of using how many sugar cubes they want to use,
Also, like I said, I mean, chewing on the mint tea.
That's the charm of having this Irani tea.
So what, you pick up the mint tea and have it? The mint taste?
I just gulp it with the flow.
Okay.
I just gulp it with the flow. It comes.
So now tell me, in the morning when people come in for the chai and this thing, is it more keema which sells or is it more burji?
It's both. People like combination, If it's a big group, they'll order 2 of keemas, 2 of burjis, and then mix it up,
The next time you have a cup of chai, don't forget to raise a toast to those fabulous Iranis who made tea so popular in Mumbai.